This is chemical weathering, all right? It's a big problem. See, that ball right there, rusty. Rusty indeed. See that platform? Rusty. See, this happens because when certain chemicals hit other chemicals, they kind of bond. When they bond, it creates this stuff. Come closer, come closer. This stuff, you see this? This is rust. This, you see that? That's paint chipping off. You see that? All right, look, that's rust. Underneath all that is rust. You know what this is made of? Iron, probably. And look, see, you can see all of the rust because iron mixes with oxygen. That creates oxidization. You know what oxidization equals? Chemical weathering. Here, listen, walk with me. See, chemical weathering is created by changing the chemical compound of certain materials, such as iron turning into rust because of chemical weathering, because of oxidization. Say, water turning to wine. Jesus did that. I wouldn't classify that as organization, but that's also not science. That's a gospel. But like, there's so many things to weathering. There's chemical and then there's physical. See, physical weathering will do something like this. Look at this. There's a crack in the road. How do you think that got there? I don't know. But it got there.
As you see, the crack that broke concrete up his back. You see, that was what we call physical weathering. And that's not a form of chemical weathering where chemicals such as acid rain would come down and cause that. This could be something called as ice. As you see with us, the ice gets inside of the concrete, and when the ice freezes, or as I say, the water gets in before, it freezes, and when it freezes, it expands. So when it thaws out, the water comes underneath, and it stays cracked. So that crack is a form of ice freezing in the road. What if you want to look around, you could see other things from just normal physical weather. Like, you can look at the pool right there. Granted, it's man-made, but what's happening to it is normal things that would happen to it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, now as you look at the pool, you can see that it's starting to decay, which is a normal process of physical weathering. Or you can just look at the concrete in general as it too. The physical weathering from tires constantly rubbing on the concrete has rubbed it down from a normal road you would see in the main street.
Abrasion.
As you can see, such as you can think of something that's constantly rubbing onto each other. Like, let's say you take a piece of sandpaper and you put it on a piece of wood. If you keep rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it, slow layers of that is going to come off, causing that to be physical weathering because you're doing that yourself. And that's happening normally because you're doing that yourself. But there's so much more from chemical weathering to physical weathering. It's really, really cool because everything is everything, you know. That's something you got to think about. A person who thinks has not.
Here you are again. See this? It's great right here. One of the top prospects that get weathered chemically. Because see, it's made of metals, such as steel and other metals. And the sun. It's always in the sun. Sun? You see that? That's the sun.
Whoa.
Yep. That's the sun. And you see this? This is waste. And what does this say? Come here. Come here. What does this say? This says
Water park.
water.
Water park.
No. Water.
Waterway.
You know what happens when you mix water in the sun with atoms? They rust. The chemical compounds of
Bye, Jeff.
the chemical compounds of the metal and the rust. Come on, welcome. They happen to contain hydrogen and oxygen. And as I said earlier, previously in this video, oxygen and hydrogen, boom, chemical reaction. The sun, boom, another chemical reaction. That's what makes rust. You see, come here. See this? This? That's physical weathering. Kelton will get back to you with that.
Now, as we can talk about physical weathering, you see this bench right here. I have some spots here, there. You're starting to see the wood, because that paint layer has been rubbed off from such people known as Levi Wetmore, Evan Poje, Aaron Thorne, Rashad Keel, Tyler Zackow, Joseph Sargent, Caden Legree. I've all sat in these chairs in a way that this paint has rubbed off. Due to their way of sitting, the layers of the paint in such areas around here are coming off, and it is less visible in spots. Or we can come over here for an example. As you can see, the 3-point line has lost some coloring around the line.
Chat, this is not going in the video.
The people stepping on it so much, it has lost some of the weight to it. As you can see some of the paint, or aka spray paint, that was on this that added an extra layer on top of this coming off. And some aspects you could see that there was a fresh coat of asphalt, I believe, was put on this, or concrete, whatever you want to call it, was on here. And then due to us playing and all that good stuff, it has started to rub off, and you can tell from this court being old to redone, it is